Hey everybody, how are you all doing today? I am doing another video. This one is about breath work. I've done a lot of breath work. One of my friends told me I should tell a personal story about myself so that y'all get to know me a little better. But I have a lot of stories. Most of them are kind of long though, so I don't want to do that to you, at least today. I think I'm going to get straight into it. I have done a lot of breath work. I think I started in the 90s with doing some holotropic breath work. I actually did a private session with somebody, like it's 3 hours or 3.5 hours, something like that, of really heavy duty breathing. At the time, I really didn't get it and understand the purpose of it at all, but I did it. I have much more understanding now. And, I have had 3 siblings who have died from cystic fibrosis. So I grew up around issues with people who had extreme difficulty breathing and who ultimately died from not being able to breathe properly. So it is really important to optimize breathing and utilize it. Utilize techniques for breathing. It can really improve your life. There are so many different types of breathing techniques that you can investigate and check out on YouTube. One of them is Buteyko. There's Soma breath, and most people have heard of Wim Hof. He's got a lot of videos and even has an app now, so you can investigate him. Most of the people I know who have done these things, it has improved their lives incredibly. So it is absolutely worth investigating. I do recommend it. So let me tell you some of my experiences. So I did a 3-week breathing course. The first week is called Summer Breath. I did a 3-week breathing course. The first week was 20 minutes a day, and I usually do this at night just because that's my quiet time. 20 minutes the first week, 45 minutes the second week, and then they really ramp it up on the third week, and it's an hour of really pretty intense breathing. So they build you up getting used to doing this deep breathing through that time period. Now, when you start doing breathing techniques, what happens is that whatever is stuck in there, your emotional body stuff, is going to come out. Old emotions, old patterns, old belief systems, it's going to start moving. Now, I already knew this because I had previously done other forms of healing around breath work. I knew that it was going to bring up some old stuff the first week. And I have to say, and I was prepared for it, but man, that first week of doing just 20 minutes of breathing every evening, I was sad. And I cried every single day for that first week. And it really surprised me how sad I was. But I grew up with 3 siblings who had cystic fibrosis. I grew up around a lot of suffering, pain, and death, just as part of my growing up. Probably why I have kind of a serious nature, but I like to be goofy too. If you get to know me, I like to be funny and goofy. That's just part of me too. Anyway, so that first week I was sad and I cried a lot, and I knew that I was going to get through it, and it was part of what was going on, and that it was healing, and it was very healing for myself. So I just continued. Sorry, I have an itch in my back. Okay, the second week, 45 minutes, and that really ramps it up. The sadness went away, and then I just started having some very, very interesting experiences, and that's what I want to share. And then the third week is an hour of breathing, and that's actually kind of hard to do. A whole hour of really intense breath work, a little bit difficult, but it's going to push stuff out. And so one of my first experiences, I started having lots of dreams, and very, very vivid. And I actually, one of my dreams, it was like a Kundalini experience. Um, well, I was dreaming about green leprechauns, and I have red hair. I'm Irish. My name's Lorena Quigley. So, hey, dreaming about leprechauns. uh, anyway, I don't think I've had too many leprechaun dreams in my life. But anyway, so I'm dreaming about leprechauns, and all of a sudden, I wake up out of this kind of wacky leprechaun dream, and I have this green ball of light at my root chakra at the very bottom of my spine. And it's about the size of a tennis ball, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And it starts rising up through the core of my body into my solar plexus, which is just below the rib cage right there, and which is your will center. This energy started building up there because it was stuck. And by this time, I was awake and very conscious, just laying in bed. I felt this energy building up, and all of a sudden, I could see why I was stuck in the position that I was stuck with, why I could not move beyond that place. And all the belief systems and conditioning and programming that was keeping me held in that place was there at my solar plexus, which is what your will center is, how you are in the world and how you present yourself and how you go for things. Is your power center. Well, one of them, but we'll call it your power center. So what happened was all of a sudden it burst and started going up more into my heart and throat, up third eye, and out through the crown of my head. And by that time it was quite big, this green light that was just going up and around and through my body. It was a pretty remarkable experience. And it's definitely could be considered a Kundalini awakening experience. Now, most people might consider that or think that it would be a different color that's rising up. But this was my experience. And definitely doing all of this brings more insight and clarity. And it does open your third eye. Absolutely, 100%. Anyway, so the next experience that I had was, and this was the third week, I literally am breathing again, and I always breathe sitting up, like in cross-legged on the floor, because that's what the yogis do. You could lay down when you do this. That's totally up to you. That's just what I prefer because it helps you remain more conscious. And to me, it's easier to breathe sitting up doing the breath work. So I saw two giant chains sitting across my body, just two big big chains across not just my chest, across my body, like this across my body, and I felt them just burst off. And also I got the information of what that was, which was had to do with family restrictions, environment, all the belief systems that were held, I'm sure, by my parents. They were very Mormon. There was a lot of rules and restrictions. So I felt it burst off of my body, and that it felt amazing. The biggest experience that I had while doing this was on the second week. I was breathing, it was one of the 45-minute breath works. And I was sitting on the floor, very intensely breathing. And this type of breathing that you do is like in for 4 and then out for 4, in through 4, out through 4. And when you breathe in, you actually bring that energy up through your spine. So it can sometimes be called reverse breathing. And you're bringing that energy up, and then you bring it around. And so there is kind of this Kundalini cycling of energy while you're doing this, and you envision this while you're doing the breathing. Very empowering. It's very cool. Anyway, so as I'm doing this, and I've probably been doing it about 20 minutes or so at this point, I literally pop out of my body. Like there's a part of me that is up and out of my body and in the void, what I call the void. It's black. Not scary, but it was a black area. And the thing is, so I had consciousness, and very much consciousness and awareness in this place, but I also had consciousness and awareness in my physical body because I was still doing this very intense breathing. So I had two consciousnesses that I'm very aware of. So I call it bilocation. I don't know, you can call it what you want. So I'm in two places, and what starts happening when I'm in this other place is I can see myself looking down at myself, and what the identity of Lorena is as just this energy structure, and it's hollow. Well, it's not really hollow, but it's energetically, it's completely clear on the inside, but on the outside is the structure of what creates me as an identity. And I could see what the actual hologram looks like. It's a series of circles going around creating that structure, and it was all of my belief systems programming, and that goes programming into what's, programming of human programming, societal programming, family programming. All belief systems were wrapped around the structure Lorena and creating my experience of life on earth. And what I literally heard, you are 100% your belief systems. So check out your belief systems and see what you believe in, and go through that and see what you can change in your life, seriously. But anyway, there's more to the story. And then I saw two beings. One, and they're up here, and they were both superhuman, like incredibly powerful beings of light. One was white and one was black. And the white one was absolutely stunningly beautiful, white energy flowing off of them, just incredibly powerful being. And then the black one, same thing, incredibly powerful. And I have to say that it really scared me. It looked really like you can be as dark as you want to be. You can be as good as you want to be. And I did hear that. I heard the words, you can be as good as you want to be, and you can be as bad, or you can be as bad as you want to be. Now, that dark being did scare me. And I just thought, oh, well, I don't want that. But the point is, we are in a free will system. You get to make your own choices. That doesn't mean that you will not have consequences of those choices that you make, but hopefully you're going to choose good. But another point is that I was shown was that how powerful we can be. Because I also got, you can be this powerful. Actually, that you are this powerful, you just don't know it. You have to start unwrapping all those belief systems that are wrapped around you. Anyway, it's pretty remarkable. So start going through those belief systems. What are you wrapped up in? What do you believe in? And start unwrapping them. And also, the biology of belief. If you start investigating and reading about that, it is really quite powerful. And that we are, and what I got was, we are superhuman. We actually are superhuman. We just don't believe it. And so we are limited by our own thoughts, which create your structure of reality. And there's hair right there. One more thing. What was I going to say? So really investigate what you believe in. Really look at it, because you are superhuman. And what I got, there really is some piece of hair right there. Sorry. That you have the ability of levitation, of telepathy, of telekinesis, of all of these things that these yogis can do. You can do them too. We all have those powers. So start unwrapping what you believe in, and start moving towards how powerful you really, really are. Okay. I don't know, am I missing anything in that experience? I'm sure there's more to tell. But okay, several months later, I was meditating, and I did a really short meditation. It was just I was doing breath work. I did like 20 minutes of yoga. I did 20 minutes of breath work, and then I went into meditation, and almost instantly I went into this higher state of awareness where I was connected into, I don't know, my guides or my higher self giving me information and showing me how powerful we are. But this time, so we know things intellectually. I know intellectually that these things are possible, but do I know it deep within myself, and is it a knowing? Well, what I started seeing from a knowing, like being felt within the body, not just in the mind, and seeing what it is to be a true creator being. And this is the direction that humanity is going in, and this is where we need to go. And again, I keep focusing on creating your reality, because in this time, in 3D reality, it is time to really start focusing in on what we want to create and become that creator being. And it's pretty intense being in that state of awareness where you're always in that creator state, consciously creating, focusing on what you want to create. What does that look like? What does that feel like? How much focus do you have on the thing that you are going to create? And the clarity and the intention has to be incredibly clear, and you're in that space and creating it continually. What I saw, the power that is behind that and the clarity is just phenomenal. But we're not taught to be this way. So most of us don't know how to be this way. Most of us can't even make a decision about how to step forward in our lives. So really, it is time to start looking at the structures that are around us. And I mean all the structures that are around us. Our foundation that we have built society on, and our families, and all of this stuff. Start looking at the kind of lives and the society that we want to live in, and focus on that and start creating this, because it's so easy, and I do this too, it is so easy to get lost in the drama and start worrying and being afraid, because that's part of the program to keep you in that space. But really what we're supposed to be doing is moving forward, consciously creating these amazing lives that we have the ability to create, and that we have much, much, much more power than we've ever been taught. And I really mean much, much, much more power than we've been taught. So if you start doing some of these techniques just by breathing, it can start helping you see what you believe in, see what you want to get rid of, see what you want to change, help you clarify what you do want to create, and start moving towards that. Start moving towards this beautiful reality that that we are supposed to claim and go towards. This is the path that humanity is supposed to take, and eventually it will, hopefully soon. Anyway, if I left out anything, I hope I didn't. One more thing. When I was having that experience, when I was in the void, seeing this information coming to me, and seeing these beings, and seeing the hologram that we are. And are we truly a hologram? I'm not. I don't know. I can't say yes or no. But what I saw was, it looked like we are, in a sense, a hologram that has consciousness coming through it and living this reality. There was a being, and I believe it was my high self, but because there was a being behind me, and I couldn't see, that was kind of behind me, and so big that I couldn't see it, the energy of this being, and I really do believe it was my higher self, kind of quietly giving me this information as this was happening, like kind of informing the whole situation and creating it. Anyway, it's a beautiful experience. And also, if you do breath work and really get into it, you too can have these kind of experiences, these amazing experiences where you do not have to do plant medicine. I mean, you can. I am not an advocate or a. I don't go positive or negative on that. You do what you want to do. If it helps you, that's wonderful. Helps open you up, that's wonderful. But there are other ways to do it that are actually a little easier on your body physically, because plant medicine can be rough on the physical body itself, but very helpful too. So, but the point is, you do not have to do plant medicine and reach these states of incredible awareness about yourself, about your reality, about your family, all of these things, about your spirit guides, the gambit, the seeing, ETs, all sorts of things. You can have these experiences just by doing breath work. It can take you into these amazing states of awareness and help move that old stuff that might be holding you back in the place that you're in right now. So it's a pretty simple and easy way to do it, and it doesn't cost you anything. Well, it costs you maybe a course or something, but the price of a course. But it's absolutely worth it. But you can also go on YouTube and find some of these breathwork techniques and do it at home. I highly, highly recommend it. It's a very healing thing to do. And then you don't have to come see me as an energy healer, because you can do it at home. Anyway, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'm going to be putting this on YouTube, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day wherever you are. All right. Have a great day. Thanks, everyone.